Have you ever been around someone where the moment they step into the room, the atmosphere instantly changes? There's no arguing, no conflict, yet you feel drained, tense, and empty. Sometimes that person is the toxic one, but they don't show up with a frightening face. They appear with a gentle smile and a sweet voice. Evil in modern times is no longer loud. It is subtle, gentle, and rational. It doesn't smash or break. Instead, it seeps into your mind, making you doubt yourself, turning your kindness into a tool for others to exploit. And the scariest part is, you don't even realize it's happening. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you want to know the character of a man, look at his actions, not his words." Because the toxic never admit they are toxic. They say the things you want to hear. They do the things that make you feel understood. But deep down, they are draining your energy, your trust, and your self-respect bit by bit. In this video, we will explore 10 clear signs that you might be close to a toxic person. Each sign will come with a Stoic lesson, so you can not only recognize the harm, but also rise above it with reason, calmness, and self-control. One of the clearest signs is subtle manipulation. Some people don't need to raise their voice, wield authority, or use violence, yet they can still control others according to their will. Their power lies in the ability to manipulate emotions, a hidden but highly effective weapon. They praise you when it serves them, show empathy when they choose, and plant the feeling that they are the only one who truly understands you. At first, you feel valued, but gradually you realize you are living in their orbit, where every emotion and action is guided without your awareness. A skilled manipulator never gives orders. They make you follow willingly, making you believe it's your own choice. They know how to use words to turn wrong into right and control into care. When you begin to doubt, they gently make you feel guilty for doubting them. When you feel exhausted, they appear as the savior, only to keep you trapped in an emotional dependency loop. Marcus Aurelius once reminded us, "The person who disturbs your mind has taken hold of you." Those who are manipulated do not lose their freedom through chains, but through the ambiguity in their own perception. They no longer trust their instincts, only the judgment of others. This is the most dangerous state, when you live by the opinions and emotions of others, rather than by your own reason. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control what others do, but we can fully control how we respond. When you realize someone is trying to distort your emotions and thoughts, don't argue, don't try to prove yourself. Remain silent. Clarity of mind is what manipulators fear most. They rely on your weakness to gain a foothold. When you stand firm in reason, they naturally lose their power over you. The next sign that Stoics highlight is a false appearance. Evil rarely wears a face of brutality. It knows how to cloak itself in kindness, in a smile, in a captivating humility. A toxic person doesn't approach you with threats, but with a sense of safety. They know how to make you feel special, heard, and valued. Yet behind that facade lies a carefully hidden agenda, a soul not seeking connection, but control and exploitation. The more someone tries to appear virtuous, while their mind is full of selfish and dark thoughts, the thicker and more artificial their outer veneer becomes. That's why the person who seems most perfect is often the most suspicious. They want to be seen as a symbol of virtue, but that very desire betrays their true nature. Repeated actions are the most honest reflection of one's character. A person can pretend to be humble for a day, a week, but they cannot hide selfishness, deceit, or inner insecurity forever. Sooner or later, that true nature will show through their eyes in how they react when they gain nothing, or in how they treat those who cannot offer them anything. The beauty of the soul needs no embellishment. True goodness requires no affirmation. Like a deep river, it is quiet, yet strong and enduring. In contrast, falseness is like a calm, sparkling lake. Just one small stone is enough to reveal its shallowness. Those who follow the Stoic path do not fear overt evil, but evil disguised as goodwill. For the hypocrite not only steals trust, but also makes you lose the ability to believe in true goodness. Therefore, always keep your eyes sharp, but your mind calm. Do not let outward charm make you forget that human nature is not in words, but in actions when no one is watching. The third sign is unblinking lies. Nothing corrupts the soul faster than falsehood. It begins with a small statement, but over time becomes a habit, then instinct. A long-term liar no longer knows what is true and what is false. They lie as easily as they breathe, and sometimes they even believe their own fabrications. For them, the truth is not a value but an obstacle. They bend reality to serve their own interests, and each lie is an invisible rope tightening around their own soul. For the toxic, lying is a means of survival. They use it as a shield to evade responsibility and as a weapon to manipulate the perceptions of others. And the most dangerous part, they lie with a calm face, with clear, unwavering eyes. They know people are more likely to believe confidence than truth. The wise align their actions with the truth, for truth needs no cover and fears no test. Liars must constantly invent new stories to hide their old words, while those who live honestly need only remember one thing: what is right remains right, even if others doubt it. Every lie not only harms the listener, but also wounds the character of the one who speaks it. For the toxic, words are tools of control. For the wise, words are reflections of virtue. The difference lies in one using language to conceal, the other to illuminate. Stoics remind us that true power does not come from speaking well, but from living in a way that needs no justification. If you encounter someone who makes you question your own memory, whose story changes depending on the listener, or makes you feel the need to verify everything they say, it is not oversensitivity, it is a correct intuition. The truth needs no embellishment, it stands firm in silence. Only lies require constant repetition to survive. The fourth sign is indifference. Not all wrongdoing comes from direct harmful actions. Often, evil begins with apathy, when someone witnesses the pain of others, yet remains unmoved. The indifferent do not need to cause harm. Simply standing by as others fall is enough for darkness to spread. They see no need to share, no need to listen. In their hearts, the joy of others is unworthy of attention, and the suffering of others is not their concern. The indifferent live as if the world revolves solely around them. They measure every relationship by benefit, not by feeling. When you need comfort, they respond with cold silence. When you share your suffering, they smile as if it were trivial. To them, the emotions of others are a luxury, unworthy of investment. And it is this coldness that gradually hardens their soul, leaving no room for empathy or remorse. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "We are born to work together, like two hands clasped." When a person refuses to understand, they not only withdraw from others, but also detach from their own human nature. Compassion is not just an expression of love, it is the foundation of humanity. A soul devoid of compassion is like a lamp that has gone out, still standing, yet no longer casting light to guide the way. Be cautious of those who never share in your joy, who never empathize with your sorrow. Their indifference is a mirror reflecting an empty soul. Stoics advise us, do not let them make you lose your compassion, for compassion is the most essential part of humanity. Preserve it, but do not waste it on souls that no longer know how to feel. The next sign is obsessive control. Some people cannot tolerate seeing others free. In their eyes, every relationship is only truly stable when they hold the power to decide. They want to dictate where you go, who you meet, what you say, even how you feel. They call it care, but in reality, it is possession disguised as affection. For them, control is not merely an action, it is a survival need. Those obsessed with control do not need to be domineering. They can be gentle, patient, even appear to sacrifice for you. Yet every word they speak, every action they take, serves a single purpose: to make you believe you need them to feel safe. And once you believe that, they have already won. Stoics view control from a different perspective. We cannot and should not try to control anyone, for even the world around us is not in our hands. Epictetus teaches, true freedom begins when we understand that some things are not within our control. Those who seek to control others are, in truth, weak. They fear uncertainty, fear losing power, fear no longer being seen as the center of the universe. A wise person does not seek to dominate others, but learns to master themselves. They know that self-control cannot be given, it can only be cultivated. When you encounter someone who is always trying to teach you how to live, or guide what you should do, ask yourself, is this sincere advice, or is it a rope slowly tightening around your freedom? If you allow others to control your thoughts, you have handed over your entire life to them. Therefore, guard your mind as you guard your breath. Do not let anyone, even in the name of love or duty, take control of it for you. For someone who truly loves you will not seek to dominate you, but will encourage you to grow freely in the light of your own being. Constantly blaming others is also a clear sign that you might be near a toxic person. When mistakes happen, a good person looks inward, but a toxic person seeks someone else to bear the consequences. They don't care about right or wrong, they only care about who will take the fall. Blaming others is not just a habit for them, it is a self-preservation instinct. They live by turning every problem into someone else's fault and casting themselves as the victim in every story. This type of person is very skilled at creating emotional narratives. When they make a mistake, they don't lie outright. Instead, they redirect the conversation. They make you feel guilty for causing them to act wrongly or for not understanding them. If you are not alert, you will fall into the spiral of guilt they create. You begin to doubt yourself, thinking perhaps you were too harsh, too cold, or too indifferent. And while you try to make amends, they simply stand by, calm and satisfied that they have succeeded in making you bind yourself with guilt. The wise do not chase after excuses, for they understand that the truth needs no protection through words. The difference between a responsible person and someone who constantly blames others lies in their honesty with themselves. A mature person admits mistakes because they know errors are part of learning. The weak avoid responsibility because they fear losing the favorable image they have built in others' eyes. Blaming others is their way of protecting a fragile ego, but it is also how they destroy the trust of those around them. Therefore, when you encounter someone who is always the victim in every story, observe carefully. No one is innocent in all relationships. Constantly blaming others is a sign of an immature mind, a mind unwilling to face the root of the problem. Stoics see taking responsibility as a manifestation of inner freedom, for only by confronting one's mistakes can we truly master ourselves. Those who evade responsibility, no matter how cleverly they justify themselves, are merely running away from the truth. The seventh sign, taking pleasure in others' pain. Some smiles are not born of happiness, but from the thrill of witnessing others fall. Certain people cannot feel joy unless someone else suffers more than they do. When they see others fail, they feel satisfied. When they see someone humiliated, they feel relief. The weakness in their soul allows them to perceive their own worth only by seeing others diminished. Such people often start with small actions. A mocking smile when someone shares their worries. A joke targeting another's weakness disguised as just for fun. At first, you may think they are careless, but gradually you realize they genuinely enjoy that feeling. They find power in the suffering of others, like a thirsty person finding a drop of water in the desert. It is not joy, but a form of power, a cheap power fed by malice. The truth is, anyone who finds joy in the pain of others carries a deep emptiness within. They are not happy. They are merely trying to prove they are not bad by comparison. A strong soul does not need others to suffer to feel superior. Only weak souls need to bring others down to stand tall. They live by lighting up the darkness of others to hide the darkness within themselves. For the toxic, witnessing someone else's failure is like a drug. They neither help nor empathize, but watch with discreet satisfaction. They speak words of feigned concern, yet their eyes light up when they hear you recount a loss or a mistake. A person with a calm soul understands that another's pain is never a reason to smile. A wise person shares in the joy of others and learns to endure sorrow alongside them. For when we cultivate empathy, we not only help others rise, but also keep our own soul from falling into the sweet cruelty of power. If you realize someone only comes to you when you are weak, when you fail, step back. Their presence is not meant to help you overcome, but to make them feel stronger. And remember, kindness never needs to be proven by remaining silent in the face of evil. Refusing to partake in the pleasure of the cruel is itself an act of wisdom. The eighth sign, isolation for manipulation. Every form of control begins with division. When someone wants to take hold of your mind, they do not attack directly. They do it quietly, by separating you from those who love you most. This is how isolation is created, not through violence, but through a sense of being special. The manipulator makes you believe that your relationship with them is the only safe one, that the outside world is full of betrayal and deceit. The more you trust them, the further you drift from those who truly care. Eventually, you look back and realize you have lost everything. Distant friends, a cold family, and yourself dependent on a single person. The very one who created this emptiness. When you are isolated, you no longer have an outside perspective to verify reality. Their words become the only truth. Their emotions become your measure. They do not need chains, for your mind has locked the door itself. And the scariest part is, you still believe it is love, care, or the one person who truly understands you. The wise do not let anyone sever their connection with the world. True human strength does not lie in isolation, but in the ability to connect sincerely. When we have honest friends and healthy relationships, our mind stands like a fortress that no one can manipulate. Therefore, if someone causes you to distance yourself from those who make you better, understand that they do not love you. They seek to possess you. In Stoic philosophy, isolation is never the path to peace. The wise understand that mental strength is not born in separation, but in harmonious relationships with virtuous souls. Therefore, do not let anyone turn you into an island. Hold on to the ties that connect you to the world. They are the shield that protects your mind from those who know how to make you believe that only they are the safe harbor. The ninth sign is envy masquerading as concern. Not everyone is sincere when they say, "I'm happy for you." Some people utter it with a smile, but deep down, their hearts sting with feelings of inferiority. They cannot tolerate seeing others advance because it forces them to face their own stagnation. And instead of striving to improve themselves, they choose the easier path, bringing you down. Envy is not always obvious. It often wears the cloak of concern. They compliment you, but with a subtle, corrective remark. What seems like advice actually plants seeds of self-doubt. When this repeats over time, you gradually lose the confidence you worked so hard to build. The envious do not want you to fail outright. They want you to doubt yourself, to slow down, to hesitate to go further. Each step you take mirrors their own helplessness. They cannot tolerate the light of others, for it only makes the darkness within them more visible. And to protect themselves, they choose to dim that light with gentle words and feigned concern. The danger of envy is that it does not always come with hostility. It can come from a close friend, a colleague, or even a loved one. They may hug you, smile, and yet secretly wish you would not succeed more than they do. They do not attack you. They simply plant a little doubt, a mild criticism, an unfriendly glance, piece by piece, until you end up holding yourself back. The wise do not counter envy by proving themselves, but with calmness. When you know your own worth, you need no validation. When you live true to your path, comparisons become meaningless. Envy only has power when we let it touch our self-esteem. A steadfast mind does not react to provocation, for it understands that another's jealousy is merely a reflection of the fear within them. So when someone compliments you in a strange tone, or when advice makes you feel small rather than strong, quietly take note. Do not get angry, do not respond, and do not try to convince them. Smile, for you have just seen what they dare not face, their own insecurity. The wise do not dim their light to make others comfortable. They simply learn to shine without being drawn into the darkness of others. The final sign is an inability to feel remorse. Some people may speak about morality, right and wrong, and how humans should live. Yet they never see their own faults. They move through life believing they are always right, that any mistake is due to circumstances, others, or someone made them act this way. For them, apologizing is a sign of weakness, while justifying themselves is proof of strength. And so they never change. Those who cannot feel remorse often live within a perfect circle of self-defense. Whenever they hurt others, they immediately construct a reason, a story to make themselves believe they are innocent. They may cause you pain, but in their mind, you are the one to blame. Remorse is not weakness, it is courage. Only the brave dare to look within and acknowledge their own mistakes. For to do so, you must accept that you are not perfect, that you can hurt others, that you are human, And only by confronting the darkness within yourself can you truly step into the light. Those who cannot feel remorse often live forever within a shell of arrogance, constantly blaming, constantly justifying, constantly fearing judgment. But it is this very mindset that makes them small, not in the eyes of others, but in their own eyes. A soul that cannot feel remorse can never truly love, for genuine love requires humility, understanding, and compassion. No one is free from mistakes, but no one is defined by them unless they refuse to learn from them. Remorse does not erase the past, but it can save the future. For when we acknowledge our wrongs, we open the door to change. The wise do not demand perfection, but they value honesty. Choose to be near those who dare to say, "I was wrong," for within those three words lie courage, wisdom, and humanity. As for those who have never known remorse, leave them behind. Not out of hatred, but for the sake of your own peace. Through these 10 signs, we can see that not everyone who comes into our lives carries goodwill, and not every relationship nourishes the soul. Some people appear only to manipulate, to drain mental energy, to disrupt self-control, and to shake our inner peace. From lies hidden behind a veneer of kindness, control disguised as concern, to indifference, envy, or an inability to feel remorse. All of these are clear signs that we are facing a toxic soul. Stoicism teaches us that the only thing we truly control is our mind and our reactions. When we learn to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not, we learn how to withdraw from negative spirals. Recognizing toxic people is not about hatred or judgment, but about protecting inner peace, the most precious asset that no one can give you except yourself. If you found this video helpful, hit like to share this insight with more people. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to continue the journey with us, exploring the wisdom of Stoic philosophers, learning how to maintain reason amidst chaos, and finding freedom within your own mind.